If you are struggling with addiction, or if you know somebody who is, perhaps a friend or a client, then this video is for you, because today we are going to talk about a very important connection between addiction and soul loss. Why addictions happen from a shamanic perspective, how they relate to soul loss, and how shamanic healing can guide us back into wholeness. So if you're struggling with addiction, maybe you feel tired of fighting the same battle over and over again. Maybe you feel this emptiness inside that nothing seems to fill. Not work, not relationships, not free time, not vacation or food or whatever. Maybe you wake up some days feeling disconnected or numb, like a part of you is missing. So that constant craving, whether for a substance or for a person or for a rush for some kind of behavior, is often the soul's way of saying, something inside me is lost. Stay with me until the end, because I have a surprise for everyone who is struggling with addiction. I will offer you a tool which will help you or your loved one in this healing journey. Let's begin. In shamanic traditions, we believe that every human being is born with their soul whole and complete. But when we go through trauma, like severe heartbreak, rejection, neglect, or even accidents, or also subtle repeated pain, then what happens is that parts of our soul can energetically withdraw. Now, this doesn't mean that parts of your soul literally go somewhere far away. Instead, they become kind of inactive, hidden, or disconnected from our daily life. It's kind of like this, parts of your soul are not available anymore energetically. So this is called soul loss, and it is a natural protection mechanism. So the soul part becomes inactive so that we don't have to feel the full weight of the pain in that moment. But the problem is that when too many soul parts go missing, we really start to feel it in our daily life. So, and this can feel really emotionally heavy and painful. And here are some signs of soul loss that often appear. Feeling emotionally numb or disconnected from life. Chronic fatigue or lack of motivation without an apparent reason. Of course, addictions are a huge sign of soul loss, but also repetitive self-destructive behaviors. For example, always being in toxic relationships or always being attracted to unavailable partners and so on. A deep sadness or emptiness that you can't explain. Also, memory gaps or the feeling like you are not fully here. Difficulty feeling joy even when things go well in your life. These are not signs of weakness. They are messages from your soul calling you to come back home. And how does soul loss lead to addiction? Well, when a part of our soul disconnects, it leaves behind a void. And naturally, we try to fill that void. We reach for something to make us feel whole again. It might be alcohol, it might be food, or games, or cigarettes, or social media, or sex, or overworking, whatever. Whatever it is, it gives only temporary relief, but of course, never real fulfillment. That's because the addiction is not the real problem. It is a symptom of an inner hunger for connection, for purpose, for love. So the addiction is not the root problem. It is a symptom of the soul's longing to be whole again. But don't worry, there is a solution. In shamanic practice, we can journey into the spiritual realms and invite these inactive soul parts back into life again. This ritual is called soul retrieval. When the lost parts are welcomed back, the emptiness begins to close, and very often the craving softens or in some cases even disappears. What does it mean? Well, for someone who is in the early stages of addiction, this ritual, the soul retrieval ritual, together with the inner decision, the willpower to stop the addiction, can already be enough. But of course, for long-term, stronger addictions, these patterns are much deeper. So, in these cases, we will need more than soul retrieval. And I will tell you all about it in the next part of this video. But before we go on, remember to like this video and to subscribe to my channel to receive more content about shamanic wisdom. And I also prepared for you a playlist with all my 7 videos about how you can heal your addiction shamanically. So how can you heal stronger addictions? Well, healing these stronger addictions means, of course, going beyond the soul retrieval ritual. You need, first of all, to identify the wounds that caused the emptiness in the first place. And normally the wounds are created in the childhood. So practice self-reflection and ask yourself, what am I really seeking? What is missing? What is my soul craving for? And then you need to renegotiate the contract with the spirit of the addiction, because every substance or behavior has a spirit. And often we've made an unconscious energetic agreement in pain with these spirits, and we need to renegotiate the contract. It is also very important to heal the inherited addictions from our ancestors, because we carry in us burdens from the 7 generations before us. Of course, we carry also their addictions. So this is a very important step in your healing journey. And finally, change your life and your environment so that healing can grow and you don't fall back into old patterns. Healing addiction is not about removing something, it's about creating a whole new way of living. And this is exactly why I wrote my book, Addiction Free, a Shamanic Path to Healing and Lasting Freedom. And this is actually not just a book, this is a practical guide. Inside this book, I help you reframe addiction from a place of shame and weakness into a sacred message from your soul. You will discover in this book a new mindset, deep explanations of what lies behind every addiction. For example, if you're addicted to coffee, what does it mean in shamanism? If you're addicted to cigarettes, what is the shamanic meaning of it? And most importantly, this book will give you practical tools that you can use right away to start healing your addiction. That's right, I didn't stop with explanations. This book comes with worksheets that guide you step by step, self-reflection exercises to uncover your wounds and the root causes of your addictions. And the book also offers a space to design your own concrete healing plan. And as a bonus, I even included a special sheet with shamanic rituals to support you on your healing journey. So if you are ready to begin this journey, this book is here for you. Not just to inspire, but to give you real practices and guidance for your transformation. And remember, addiction doesn't mean you are broken. It means that your soul is calling you home. And with the right support, you can answer that call. I wish you a wonderful journey to yourself.